4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, it's 7:30 on this Wednesday night, hump day, as they say. That means it's time to find out if you like it or not. I'm producer Chris, and tonight we are talking about millennial dads and minivans. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. Resume Botox and why restaurants will not cut your hamburger in half, even if you ask, depending on the place. We'll talk about that and more. But of course, it doesn't matter what I think. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you think, and I need you to join me live in the Zoom room. A lot of different ways you can join the conversation. We're streaming. If you're watching on YouTube, leave some comments in the chat. We'll read them in just a little bit. If you're watching on the Fox Local app on your connected TV, you can make it a two-screen experience by just grabbing your phone and scanning that QR code. Or you can go to Zoom and punch in that meeting ID, 892-0982-4674. If you're watching on our website, fox5dc.com, or you're watching the mobile version of Fox Local and you can't scan the QR code at the same time, you can go to my Instagram profile and click on the link at the top. Fox 5 producer Chris is my Instagram. It's also TikTok, where we're streaming behind the scenes. Right now, you can weigh in there as well. So to thank you to everyone who's swiping their way through. You can also go to Fox 5 DC's Instagram page. We have a broadcast channel there, and we've got a link to the Zoom room in there. We'll check in with all our virtual co-hosts coming up in just a minute. First, though, we have to say hello to our in-studio one. Please welcome back Fox 5 Research Director David Chiari. Rocking the green suit.
I know.
I'm a big fan.
Big
fan of this look.
Should I throw this thing right here?
Anywhere you want,
okay.
Basically.
That's good.
How was the 7 o'clock show?
It was good. It was good. Boisterous group. You know, I didn't really get to.
You didn't get to throw any elbows.
I didn't get to.
If you guys miss it, did you do the toot today?
Yeah, I did the toot today as well.
Yeah, we were actually commenting earlier, when you and Marina Morocco get together, it's magic, baby.
It's two bulls magic. Going at each other.
It is.
You know what it is? It's two alphas, Jordan and Pippen. I'm Pippen.
Scottie Pippen, the greatest Chicago Bull of all time.
Yeah.
So, how have you been?
I've been good. How about yourself? Congratulations. You just got back from paternity leave?
Yeah,
how's the baby?
I think last week was my first week back. She's great. She turned 1 month old yesterday.
Wow.
Time flies.
So you're not sleeping?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I get done at the 9 o'clock show. I leave here at about 10:15, get home like 10:45. Right into the night shift.
I mean, it's
But it's my time with her, so I don't mind.
Treasure those moments. Yeah. I'm telling you, because when they get older, you tell them like, oh, you're little. I used to rock you to this, and they're like, yeah, Dad, shut up, go buy me this.
Yeah, exactly. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. In addition to your duties here at Fox 5, you also are a stand-up comedian. Any gigs on the way?
Crystal City Sports Pub. I'm there pretty much on Wednesdays, so come check me out, and eventually it'll get bigger.
Tonight, as a matter of fact.
And then maybe something down the pipeline I'm working on. A little top secret project.
We'd love to see that and hear that. Yeah. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Of course.
Ready to dive right in?
Let's go.
All right, and I know you guys talked about this one a little earlier. Minivans, not just for the moms anymore. That's the headline here. New research shows men around 40 years old, man, this one hits close to home, are making the switch, especially if the minivan, they say, is fitted out with off-road tires, rooftop tents for camping. Last year, minivan sales rose 21% in the United States. Analysts say one factor moving minivan sales is changing family demographics. Families are growing. They need more space for kids, gear, groceries, and maybe a run to Home Depot if we have enough time. Research shows that for buyers who need a true three-row vehicle, minivans continue to offer some of the best bang for your buck. I am not sponsored by this, but David, the idea of millennial dads and minivans, do you like it or not?
Absolutely do not like it. Nope. This is a give-up move. I'm sorry, it is. I mean, put yourself together, go get an SUV like an adult. Come on, man.
You can get three-row SUVs. If you've got $100,000 to drop, you can get one of those Wagoneers. Those things are...
Work harder. I'm just telling you, first of all, the minivans are expensive too. They're not cheap by any means. So I don't know. It's just an ugly car.
It's not great. I'll be honest with you. I used to thank my dad when I hit my later teenage years, high school and beyond. I used to go up and thank my dad and be like, Dad, thank God you never got a minivan. He had 3 6-foot children, knee to knee.
Wow.
Not much room for the, guys know, not much room in between the legs, basically. And still, no.
Nothing?
Made no effort.
Lovely.
Nothing bigger than a Ford Taurus in my family back in the day. Only eventually, after we had all left the house, did they get an SUV. And they've got like one of those Honda whatever pilots, or not even that, CRVs. We would rent a minivan when we went on road trip vacations. The Ford Windstar, which was like the huge thing back in the day.
It's a great car.
If you remember. Sliding doors and all that. All right, I don't know what Melissa's riding in right now. Is it a minivan? But she's not a millennial dad.
No, I'm a Gen X/boomer, and I'm gonna tell you, today I got rear-ended. I have rear end damage. I am driving a Nissan Rogue, but I'm gonna tell you like this: I will never go back to a sedan. I will never go back to a regular car. This SUV, with the way this man hit me from behind, you would think that I would have more damage than what I actually have, but I would never go back to a regular car. I would either stick to an SUV. If I can afford a minivan, I would, but I'm a little banged up, I'm hurt, but it really did save me.
Well, we're glad you're doing okay and are okay enough to join us here tonight, so sending a shout out to you there.
I just came out of the hospital, so.
Oh my God.
Well, thank you for making us your first stop afterwards. Chad's in the Zoom room as well. Chad, the idea of millennial dads in these minivans, do you like it or not?
Minivan, maxi fun. Hey, it's great. It's
if
great
this
for
band's a rockin', Chad.
Hey, I've been in bands my whole life. I do musical comedy too, David, if you need an opener.
Okay.
So yeah, the minivan's great for like just throwing your gear in. It's a party vehicle. I like minivan. I never had one, and when I was younger, I would never get one. But now that I'm a little bit older, I could definitely see myself in a minivan.
Okay, Allison, millennial dads in minivans. Do you like this or not?
No, I've never been a minivan person. Even with all of my children, I've always had SUVs. I just think that it would throw swagger off for me.
Yes.
I understand some fathers like to have them if you have like athletic kids, you get the whole basketball team to go with you. But if you get the right SUV, like the one I have a QX56, it has a lot of room. Like it has a lot of room. You don't need a minivan.
Yeah, and see, you're the first person to mention it. I think, my biggest problem with the minivan is like how neutered it makes you look, basically. No shade to any of the dads out there who are driving one. I understand they're the practical choice, but as a guy who has a motorcycle after 40 years old, clearly practicality is not what I am going for.
Allison's right. Swag is very important, and look at me. I'm swagged out right now.
You are
I'm a cool guy.
You look great.
I can't get in a minivan after this.
I also, and I it's funny because I laugh about this all the time, but I look back at my childhood and some of my coaches back in the day, they would cram 9 kids from a baseball team in the back seat, sitting lapsies, riding in the back, whatever it took. But did not have a van.
No.
Just all of us in the sedan.
Stand by your guns.
Can't get away with that anymore. Next up, 2026, the age of the hard launch. From relationships to job changes to weddings. This isn't new, but people are only posting once things become official. And for some people, that includes hard launching their children. Many women now skipping the pregnancy posts and gender reveals and hard launching their babies after they're born. David, hard launching a newborn. Do you like this or not?
Well, no, don't launch a newborn in the air. That's scary. Don't do that.
Yeah, phrasing.
That'll get us in trouble.
Exactly.
But I like it. I like less is more. We don't need to know your journey. Like some of us, I think that's more like a male-female thing. I just like to know, hey, where's Sheila been for a while?
Right.
They're not making new Sheilas, but you know what I mean. So Sheila's gone. 8 months later, boom, Sheila's got little Sheila, and then that's it. So,
right.
yeah.
Allison in the Zoom room. Allison, do you think this is a reaction to the age of oversharing, and now people are taking that step back, or do you think it's a way of cultivating a mystique?
Yeah, I think that some people, especially celebrities, you want to show your child. But then again, that people can do horrible things like alter the pictures and make things negative. So it's like, I want to show them, so I'll just show you a little foot, and that's all you get. Just so you know that I do have a baby, but you're not going to see the whole baby, but here they are. So
Allison,
I think that's the reason that people do things like that.
Allison, you literally jumped ahead to our next story. Straight to our next story, because we're going to talk about that aspect of things in just a second. First, though, I believe Michaela is back in the Zoom room. Michaela, thanks for joining us again tonight.
There you go.
There we go.
How's everything going?
Not too bad. Happy Wednesday. The idea of hard launching the baby, but ignoring, not posting anything about the pregnancy. Do you like this trend or not?
I do like it. I know that Halle Bailey, she's an artist. She did kind of a similar thing, like tried to hide her pregnancy and then hard launched her baby. I mean, some people just love their privacy, so I'm not too mad at it.
Yeah, I get that entirely. Melissa, do you agree with that?
That's a hell yeah for me. Some people, there's just things, back then we didn't do this. We didn't post nothing. We took Polaroid pictures and we went to CVS and developed our pictures and gave it to our friends if we had multiples. But yeah, I'm good with this. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
I understand entirely. And also not to make it too heavy, but there are so many things that can happen over the course of a pregnancy. So many things that can unfortunately go wrong.
Yeah.
You can be so excited for that positive pregnancy test, and then unfortunately sometimes things don't go according to plan, and then everybody wants to know because you put it out there.
Right.
And I understand that curiosity, but I also understand why people are kind of taking a step back from this as well. Now, let's get to what Allison was talking about. Speaking of kids on social media. So now the child is born, maybe they're a toddler, maybe whatever. Let's talk about posting pictures of that child, because every parent has their own way to do it, but one podcast host fed up with one way in particular. Take a listen.
If you're a parent who posts your kid and puts a little emoji over their face, delete your account. Annoying.
People are gonna come
Annoying. Well, just don't post the photo. It comes off as pretentious. Think you're better than us. By the way, I have a child. I protect their privacy.
Wow.
And it's annoying to
Wow.
me. And I think you should just not post it at all if that's what you want.
Either don't have a Facebook or post their face and their social security number along with it.
Yes.
Go all the way.
What are you scared of?
All right, David. So the idea of putting the emoji over the child's face to protect their privacy. Do you like this trend or not?
I do like it. By the way, that guy needs to comb his hair. What's going on with that guy? I mean,
I'm not one to talk. I will never
No, Chris, your
comment.
hair is beautiful.
Well,
It's
thank
Vanessa Sassoon over here. But this guy, I mean, get a comb. All right, listen. So it's a safety thing too, because people can take the kid's photo, and AI put it on something else nefarious.
Yeah,
so that's why you do it.
Troublesome.
Do I also get the side of like, well, then why are you posting at all? Like, do you need to? Like, just don't post your kid. I get you want to be happy or with your kid somewhere and you want to have that memory. Maybe you just keep that one in the photo bank. Don't need to post it online.
Allison, all right, you mentioned it. You started this conversation. So the idea of people posting the picture, the family picture, but putting the emojis over each child's face. Do you like that or not?
Yeah, again, like I was saying, for celebrities, I understand, but for like everyday people, sometimes I think people do that just to get a reaction. It's like no one's going to be judging or really caring about, like your next door neighbor's kid other than, hey, cute kid, and that's it. So some people get a little over the top, but with celebrities doing it, I understand.
With you, yeah, that makes total sense. Melissa, I mean, you were in the Zoom room with a brand new baby one time, but I understood you wanted to not necessarily show his face or her face, for that matter. Do you like the idea of not posting their faces and putting the emoji over them?
Hell no. If you're not going to post them, don't post them at all. I just so happen to be holding baby Jordan and his mother. I respect her privacy, but she was sleeping and I couldn't put him down. So, but no, if you want to hide their identity, then don't post them at all. I respect everybody's judgment when it comes to this. And I agree with Allison. With today's society and AI and everything that they're doing, I would not feel comfortable if I was to do it all over again and become a parent again. I would not post my babies. I'll post my dogs before I post any children.
Fair enough. Michaela, do you think sometimes when people post that picture and they're blurring out or putting the emoji on their kid's picture, it's really just because they want to post the picture of themselves?
I mean, I don't agree with that part of it, but I do think it's a little pretentious. It's kind of like they're trying to hide the identity, but then it does feel like they want a little bit of a reaction. I know one celebrity, Summer Walker, she has a few kids and she posts them a lot, but she does do the hiding their face with the emojis. So I don't know, whenever I see it, I'm just like, I think the world wants to see her kids, but of course she wants to hide the privacy, but it's kind of just like, just don't do it at all.
Yeah, it's this daily slice of life, but trying to protect their privacy at the same time. All right, we're going to talk about work now and resume Botox. Have you heard this phrase?
No, I haven't had
Okay,
it.
so that's when you
still like the word work. So.
make over your work history to make it look like you are younger. So we're talking about more and more people, especially millennials, now taking steps to hide their ages in order to get hired. In fact, Business Insider says who is seen as too old these days has actually gotten younger. Glassdoor recently reported a 133% year-over-year increase in job seekers mentioning ageism. Resume Botox usually includes removing your graduation dates and older jobs from your work history to make your age more difficult to discern. Some consultants actually suggest removing any experience that's older than 10 years. Critics say this is more proof that experience is a negative. So David, downplaying your age and experience on your resume, do you like this or not?
I don't like this. Why would you want to show that you're less experienced? It makes no sense. Like, I get lying about your age, but lying about your experience, it makes, what, you want to make less money?
No, I don't think you want to make less money. I think it's filtering you out because they think you'll ask for too much money.
Interesting.
So then you're not even getting to the point of being able to prove what you're worth.
That money is invalid. That money, we're so hyperinflated right now. You better be asking for $200K because you can barely get whatever you need now. I mean, it's just too much. So, yeah.
I put you on the spot. Is there any sort of resume Botox going on yours?
Never on my, I tilted the resume. I had a lot of managerial experience that maybe wasn't there before. But yeah, that's about it. I cleaned it up a little bit.
I don't think I have the year that I graduated on my resume anymore. But it would be easy to figure it out because I do have, I've only...
Isn't it on LinkedIn? Or is that
probably,
yeah.
Probably. But
LinkedIn
I feel like similar to like Facebook, you can say, hey, my birthday's this, but you don't have to include the year per se. So, Chad, you're not shy about sharing your age, Graybeard. Do you like the idea of resume Botox?
I guess I'll just speak on behalf of myself. I thought the fitness industry, when I first got into it, being younger would be an advantage. It's not. You want an older, wiser trainer. Nobody wants a 20-year-old trainer. Look, I'm getting this beard. I'm going to enter into my Jedi phase. I'm going to be old with a beard. I'm going to tell you what to do, how to be ripped. I've been doing it for like 30 years, right? I'm 56. I'm going to be 57 this year. So I think wisdom, age, all that stuff is an advantage in certain industries like mine, I think. So, yeah, I don't like it.
You don't like it. Allison, do you like the idea of, filtering your resume to make it harder to figure out how old you are?
I had never thought about that, Chris, but I'm going to do it tonight because I am looking for employment at night. And I never thought about that. People might think, oh my gosh, look how old she is. She's so feeble. Little do they know my knees still work very well and I can walk and I can stay up all night long. But it's a good idea. So I appreciate this story.
Yeah, it's obviously anecdotal evidence, but Business Insider did say there was one person that they profiled in this story where they got rid of the experience that was older than 10 years and the, responses to her applications flooded in.
McDonald's?
So,
I mean, what do we do? I mean, come on. We need experience. This is crazy.
Experience is worth something. It is valuable. Melissa, do you agree? Do you like the idea of kind of hiding how old you are and how much experience you have on your resume?
Hell yeah, I agree with Chad, absolutely 1000%. People look at me, I have the body of a 20-year-old, okay? I'm in my 50s, and I'm gonna tell you like this, I graduated from college in 1997, and when people see that, they're like, oh, so you didn't go back to school, you didn't get a master's degree, you didn't do this. Hell no, I didn't learn anything in school, and nothing that I learned in school am I using it in my workplace or any type of employment that I've ever had. I definitely took out the year that I graduated from college, and I did a little Botox on my resume to show not less experience, but more current experience. But yeah, absolutely, I really do agree with this because most of the time, a lot of these recruiters, talent acquisition people, they're in their 20s and they have no experience, nothing, and they want to try to hire you for a job that requires 5 or more years of experience. So yes, absolutely, I agree with this.
All right, Michaela, I'll give you last word on this one. The idea of resume Botox, do you like it or not?
Absolutely love it, okay? And here's why. I recently got the tip to take the year that you graduated off of your resume. So I actually started doing that. And I just feel like we can't act like, ageism in different industries or offices isn't a thing. I feel like, the younger you are, you might not get experience just because you are younger and you might not have as much experience as someone who might be older. So I do think that resume Botox is really helpful when you are trying to get a job.
Yeah, I can see it from two different viewpoints. In some offices, they may like having people they can bring in who aren't necessarily set in their ways, and they can teach and they can cultivate and kind of get you on board with how they do things. They may have new technologies that they may worry older people might not be able to adapt to. AI, I mean, it's a real thing, obviously, that's happening right now. On the other hand, experience is important, and so this is really I see both sides of the issue.
It's quite the rocky road to navigate.
It is a rocky road.
Rocky
to
road.
navigate. All right, keep the comments coming on all the stories we have talked about so far. Coming up next, forget splitting the check. Why cutting a hamburger in half is the latest restaurant drama. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Wednesday night. Producer Chris alongside David Chiari. Shout out to West Virginia Ben in the YouTube comments who digs Chad's Jedi look. And I agree, it's a good look for him. He also has some feelings about emojis on pictures and minivans who says just call it a mom and dad van. That's what it is. I have yet to meet a single guy, to be honest with you, like single and childless, who would drive a minivan, unless it was like their parents.
A creep. It's creep. That's what they call it. They're
or
called
a taxi
creeps.
cab driver. All right. If you haven't traveled with your partner yet, you may want to consider it because it's apparently one of the best ways to see if you could make it in the long haul. A litmus test for your relationship, if you will. A Talker research survey reveals 73% of couples view traveling together as the ultimate test. 40% of people felt closer to their partner after a trip. Experts say traveling together allows couples to explore each other's habits in budgeting, hygiene, and food. The survey also shows that agreeing on trip details before leaving is just as crucial as the trip itself. So, David, travel as a relationship test. Do you like it or not?
Love it. I always think it's like a stress test for the relationship.
Oh, yeah.
I think, honestly, going to a theme park, too, it's like that 6 hours with each other, just with each other, not really a lot of phone time because you're waiting in line for rides. Kind of see like, hey, can I hang out with this person this month?
Can I have a conversation?
Correct. Can I do this at a hotel too? Like, how dirty is this person? What do they do? They clip their toenails on the bed. Like, what's happening here?
Where's the right place to do it?
Got to be over the sink.
Okay.
Like, no, I'm just kidding. Just, open the trash can, you clip them on there. But Yeah, it does push a relationship to a next level, and you're experiencing something together. You're making memories. Most important thing in a relationship, making memories and things that you take with you, inside jokes that you'll have for years.
Yeah.
Remember when we saw that guy take his pants off? Like, what happened?
Especially when things go wrong.
Yeah.
However, I do have some caveats to that. We'll get to that in a second. Brea in the Zoom room tonight. Brea, thanks so much for joining us.
Yes, hi. I do think it's a good test. I was gonna say I haven't done it with a partner yet, but when it comes to like my close friends, I think that's also a good vibe because you know like what friends like to spend money or if they're clean, morning shower, night shower.
Yeah.
How you do like when person's getting lost, like if you can just laugh it off, or if you're just like, oh my gosh, you're supposed to make it right, like like chill.
I think it's also very good for finding out like what your role is in that relationship, whether you're like the planner, the structured one, or you're the one who's basically a passenger princess.
Brea, can I ask, night shower, morning shower, what's the right one? What?
I'm more of a night shower person.
Okay, we would not get along. I would take morning shower.
No, I agree.
I don't, but
Brea is correct. Brea, where are you watching from, by the way?
I'm in Arlington.
Arlington. Well, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us. All right, Chad and Laura in the Zoom room. Chad and Laura, when you guys travel together, did the first time, if you can take us back to that, did you feel like it was a sort of stress test or a litmus test for how you guys would function as a couple?
We didn't really think of it that way, but now
Wait, the first time we traveled, wasn't it to go meet your parents?
yeah, we took a road. We took like a 7 to 8 hour road trip, and we did well on it. I thought. Now here's a better test. We've also gone camping together. So if you could put a tent up and not kill each other, that's the best test. Putting up a tent while camping.
Or building IKEA furniture. Yeah. That's another good one.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just going to IKEA.
Or
going to IKEA.
Going to an IKEA.
That's a fight waiting to happen.
As well.
Yeah.
Michaela in the Zoom room. Michaela, do you like the idea of a trip being a stress test, a make or break for a relationship?
I love it. I actually took 7 to maybe it was a little longer than like 8 hours. A road trip from here to Atlanta with someone that I was dating at the time, and we ended up stopped dating. We didn't date after that because it was just a bad road trip. It was a bad trip in general. So I think you can really learn a person and who they are through a traveling with your partner. So I think it definitely helps with making or breaking it.
No question at all. So when my now wife and I traveled together for the first time, she is a pro traveler, and I am not in any way, shape, or form. And we've talked about this before. She had like pre-check and I didn't and everything, and she was just like,
"Come on, Chris."
Peace. And she sailed right through security and left me hanging. But
where'd you guys go?
Everything worked out. We were just going to Florida.
Okay.
We were just going to Florida, but. She got me all hooked up with it, and now we're good to go. Now we travel together, and everything goes swimmingly. Yes, very, very much so. All right, last story of the night. When some people go out to eat, they expect special treatment. Arizona server Megan Thorne posted on TikTok about her shift where a customer asked her to cut his burger in half for him. She tells him they don't do that at the restaurant, but he kept insisting, even offering her extra money. After her shift, she sees the burger in the window in the kitchen. She says she did cut it for him. Thorne says the man gave her an attitude anyway, saying, "See, was that so hard? Bless your heart." The extra tip he promised was only $3. So, David, the idea of asking a server to cut your burger in half for you, do you like that or not? And restaurants having rules against it, do you like that or not?
Well, if that's my server, then yeah. I mean, she's a pretty lady. Can I not say that? I mean,
no, you can say
she's
that.
A beautiful woman. She's
so it makes a difference.
BW. But no, I would never, ever ask somebody to cut my burger because the next step is, why don't you feed me? Mm-hmm. Next step is, take your shoes off, let me see your feet. Like, just, it's gonna go, it's gonna go eat, it's just gonna go that way, Chris. Come on, that's what's gonna happen.
Melissa liked that one. Melissa, why'd you like that one?
I did. When he said, take off your shoes and show my feet, I got pretty feet. I'm known for that. That's why Meta took me, shut down all my pages. But listen, at the end of the day, I don't like my sandwiches being cut, especially because I get them lettuce wrapped, so that's even harder. But no. But if you're going to ask for a special request like that, man, tip the server. If the server is willing to go out, tip them 18%, 20%, because they actually went out for you. But No, I'm all for the feet thing, David. I got pretty feet too.
Trust me, I got a show coming. You're gonna love it one of these days. So.
All right, here's what I'll say. I do think part of the thing here is that a lot of restaurants don't want you to order one entree and ask you to split it in half because they know you're just sharing one at that point and they'd prefer you not do that. You can easily cut it in half yourself, but I understand why they say they won't cut it for you. But that's just me.
I think it's a power trip with this guy.
It could
this
be.
guy's a
This guy sounds like a power trip.
It's
Anyway,
a power trip.
thank you to everyone who joined us in the Zoom room tonight. Thank you to everyone watching on Fox Local and Fox 5 DC's YouTube page. This is David Chiari. How do they follow you?
At Hands Down Comedy on Instagram. Find me there.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.